DeMar DeRozan has been playing some amazing basketball lately, and I don't see a lot of people talking about it. So that's what I'm finna do today. But like always, if y'all enjoy what I put out, drop a like, subscribe, and you tell me down below who you think, in your opinion, is the most improved player in the NBA. We do have guys like DeMar DeRozan, for example, Victor Oladipo, Giannis, for example, who can even win it again, Porzingis, or even many other guys. Even Aaron Gordon's playing really nice that he wasn't playing last year. Many different options. But today I'm going to be talking about a guy who has not been talked about a lot and has been playing some amazing basketball. Now, DeMar DeRozan, arguably one of the greatest rappers to even play for the team. In my opinion, he's second. I think you could put him first just because he had the longevity argument over Vince Carter. But in terms of better player, Vince is better. But that's for a whole nother debate. Let's dive in why he is playing so nice. So over his last 5 games, he is averaging 30.8 points on 56% shooting, with a whopping 60.9% on three-pointers. From a guy who could barely even shoot threes to now becoming a prolific three-point shooter. And even a guy that was referred to as a volume shooter, he took a lot of shots, and even to an extent being called a ball hog, he's being more efficient. And whether that be because of his three balls expanded or just him as a player, I just feel like that was a really interesting thing to mention. And it's not like this new form of DeRozan is leading to losses. They are 5-0 in the last 5 games. They're in fact 10-1 in the month of December. They're probably one of the best teams in the East or even in the NBA in December by going 10-1. And I don't see them slowing down at all. Whether their team might be as good as he's performed, I still feel like DeRozan is really underrated because I feel like he's not getting enough credit on why the Raptors are really succeeding. Because for a guy like that who's such a volume shooter, to expand his range to ridiculous heights, not ridiculous, he's not pulling up like from Curry range or whatever. But it's still really interesting to notice that a guy like DeMar DeRozan has took that bigger step. He's also expanded his playmaking abilities, whether that be because of the Raptors' new ball movement system where, they want to pass around, they don't want to shoot really quick, which has been really working really well. Like, I know they copied the Spurs type of offense, but it's really working, it's really clicking for that team. So I'll give Dwayne Casey that as well. But for the fact that you have your star player who wants to buy into that and really works on his playmaking abilities and starts to really understand when to pass and know where to pass to, that influences a lot of stuff. And if we even talk about, get a bigger sample size for his numbers this December, his numbers this December are looking like 27.7 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 5.4 assists, which is pretty good for a guy like DeMar DeRozan. With shooting splits about of 51% from the field, 44% from the three ball, which is pretty insane, and a whopping 81% from the free throw line. And the one thing that, like I said before, the fact that his 3-point line and his field goal percentage is really high, that is a really good play, especially from a guy who was always criticized that he couldn't shoot the three ball and he was really inefficient. That is the biggest factor why he's playing so well. He learned how to incorporate the three ball. He doesn't need to abuse it, but he learned how to incorporate it, and that's a really big factor. For example, if we compare it to Kyrie's splits, who is talked about 10 times as much as DeMar DeRozan is, they're pretty much the same type of splits in terms of this month. It's about 27.77, 2.3, and 4.5. That's pretty not far off. Obviously, you're going to have more rebounds because, DeRozan's a bigger player. He's a big guard, and that's big guards tend to get more rebounds, as long as they're not really chasing it. And his splits, though, only big difference between their splits is the free throw percentage because DeMar DeRozan averaging around 81%. Kyrie's averaging 94% for December. Otherwise, the three ball is 44 and 47, and the field goal percentage is the same thing. And that's not fucking bad at all. That is amazing for a a guy like DeMar DeRozan to be as pretty much efficient as Kyrie Irving this month, or just efficient in general, really shows how much this guy's improving. And I just wanted to make this video just to highlight how much he has improved, not just because of his shooting ability, just in terms of his player, because even when players do play good, no matter how good you play, if those stats and how you play are not contributing to your team's success, then it doesn't really matter, because you can put up 80, 65, or 54, 40 points on 80% shooting, but if you're getting slapped 20 points a game, or you're not doing anything that's meaningful, then those are empty stats. They don't mean anything. But I just wanted to make the video just to highlight how good DeMar DeRozan is, and I really do feel like the Raptors might actually be a threat this year. You know, I was one of those people who would say that, you know, just because the Raptors are playing nice now does not mean anything in the playoffs. And I kind of agree with that, because for some reason DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry never ever show up in the playoffs. I don't know why, but they just don't. However, though, still feel like they can actually make a run. To beat the Cavs, we don't know that yet, but I feel like if they versus Boston, that might be a really good 7-game series. Just because the matchups are there, and I feel like that would be a really good series. So I do feel like they could actually make noise this year, as long as DeRozan plays up to standards, and Kyle Lowry, I'm saying Kyrie Lowry. What the hell? Kyrie Lowry? What the hell is that? But yeah, if y'all enjoyed this video about DeMar DeRozan, quick little video about DeMar DeRozan, drop a like, subscribe, and most importantly, Merry Christmas. I cannot wait for these NBA Christmas games today. They're about to be lit as hell. Tell me who you guys got down below. Who's winning? What is it? Lakers versus Minnesota, I think. And then Philly versus Knicks. And then, we have the rematch, the Golden State Warriors versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. The most important game I'm looking for is OKC versus Houston. That's one of the most important games to me that I'm going to be looking for this day. But most importantly, Merry Christmas. Have a great day. And thank you.